I'm Alan Robarge, a psychotherapist and a relationship coach. Welcome to Improve Your Relationships, where I like to talk about attachment injuries and healing attachment trauma. And on this video, let's talk about the core concerns and the core practices. This is video number 6 out of a total of 12. This is a series, and we're halfway through. And I'm talking about core concerns and core practices of insecure attachment relationship dynamics. And I'm going to repeat that. The core concerns and core practices of insecure attachment relationship dynamics. There is a document of these 12 items. If you would like to have a copy for yourself to follow along with these videos, you can sign up at alanrobarge.com/core concerns. Let's jump in. Number 6, and I'm going to read it here and then we can talk about it a little bit. We have a childhood history that includes some aspect of being emotionally ignored, neglected, abandoned, unseen, unheard, misunderstood, or rejected. We had a home life where consistent, reliable, warm, emotional attunement and limbic resonance were lacking. Therefore, we choose to heal and integrate the attachment trauma that these childhood experiences have created. Number 6 of the core concerns, I'm going to read it one more time. We have a childhood history that includes some aspect of being emotionally ignored, neglected, abandoned, unseen, unheard, misunderstood, or rejected. We had a home life where consistent, reliable, warm emotional attunement and limbic resonance were lacking. Therefore, we choose to heal and integrate the attachment trauma that these childhood experiences have created. What's important for me to note on this is that it can be very confusing for many of us who came from a loving home and where there were a number of aspects of childhood which were wonderful and supportive and being surrounded by good people, be it parents and other family members and siblings. However, when we are talking about attachment injuries and attachment trauma, oftentimes the developmental emotional trauma was under the radar screen and administered in a very sophisticated, covert way, where the child was not necessarily ignored, but the child was ignored emotionally. So if we're watching a video of the child interacting in the family, it can look very much like people are engaging the child and talking and laughing and having a picnic or going on a family vacation or going to the store. And I'm aware that I'm also referencing in this moment, people who have a childhood that is very positive and for the most part a positive experience. And so sensitivity and empathy to those watching who that was not your experience, and that I know that there are many of you who came from homes where even your basic needs were not met and there are other types of struggles and abuse going on. And so my making the distinction about this covert emotional trauma can maybe feel a little alienating. The reason why I make that distinction is that this creates so much confusion for so many people who cannot quite pinpoint what actually happened in their family, considering there's all these mixed messages. And many people who come from homes where it was very overtly dysfunctional and toxic, or other family members were hurtful, even to have very concrete examples of abusive situations can be very challenging to put your finger on just the subtlety of the emotional developmental trauma that took place. It's many times not incident specific, but based upon over a period of time and how it impacted your development. And this has contributed to your insecure attachment style, and then influences, impacts how you're creating adult relationships today. So I created this document of these 12 items to single out what are some of the core concerns that we have for those of us who are living with an attachment injuries that are unintegrated and unresolved, and these insecure attachment styles that rear their head, that get activated when we are in intimate relationships, and that we're experimenting with, levels of emotional openness and vulnerability. These core concerns are trying to identify what are some of the common themes that we all share, because you're not alone, we're not alone, we're in this together. So let me repeat. Number 6, we have a childhood history that includes some aspect of being emotionally ignored, neglected, abandoned, unseen, unheard, misunderstood, or rejected. We had a home life where consistent, reliable, warm, emotional attunement and limbic resonance were lacking. Therefore, we choose to heal and integrate the attachment trauma that these childhood experiences have created. If this content resonates with you, it is the content that I'm using as the foundational piece of information to create the culture and to guide dialogue in the community membership website of the name Improve Your Relationships. If that interests you, you can learn more on my website, alanrobarge.com. If you want a copy of this document, the core concerns, sign up for it also on my website, alanrobarge.com/core concerns. And then lastly, if you like this video and want to continue to see more just like it, please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. We're on video number 6. This is a series, 6 more videos coming, a total of 12 core concerns and practices. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.